Golf Central on YouTube is brought to you by the new Apex irons from Callaway.
Fifth consecutive time you're in the FedExCup Playoffs. How are you feeling returning to Memphis this week for the first leg of the playoffs?
Yeah, feeling good. I feel like stuff around here doesn't change too much. I think we know what to expect from the golf course. We know what to expect from the fans. Always a great turnout this week, and it's fun coming back. I mean, it's a pretty easy week for us. You know, you rent a house near the course, and food's always really good, and tournament treats us great. So it's good to be back here in Memphis.
We'll open it up with some questions. Just raise your hand. We can get a mic over to you. We'll start here in the center.
Good morning.
Morning.
Did you bring the gold medal with you?
I did. I needed it for a thing this morning.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
You didn't want to just bring it to wear it around and show?
Honestly, it's a bit heavy around the neck. No, I brought it for a deal this morning, and I probably put it back in my backpack, and it's fun. I was definitely surprised at how many people want to see the medal. I feel like there's a lot of stuff in golf where, you know, they'll say congratulations, but I think people get a lot of joy from seeing the medal, and it's pretty cool. And so that part's been fun. And so, yeah, I'll have it with me, I guess, the next couple of weeks because I'm not going home. So it'll stick around.
There you go.
You talked after 2022 about the disappointment of not winning the FedEx Cup. What does it mean as far as trying to win it to put an exclamation point on the season and end on a good note?
I mean, I don't really think about exclamation point or anything like that, but definitely want to win the FedEx Cup. You know, it's quoted as the season-long race, but, you know, at the end of the day, it really all comes down to East Lake. And I haven't had my best stuff at East Lake the last couple of years, and I played good there my rookie year, but outside of that, the last few years I haven't had my best stuff, and I'm kind of excited that they changed the course a little bit. That may give me some new vibes around there. But yeah, I'm excited to be in the playoffs, excited for the next 3 tournaments, and hoping to continue the stuff that I've been doing well this year and have another couple of nice starts.
Anything about the aftermath of the Olympics and winning surprise you? Maybe either your own reaction or others' reaction to you winning?
Yeah, I guess maybe my own reaction. I didn't really know what it would be like to stand on the podium, and I felt like the week was a challenging week because I felt like I was playing really well, and I just was not getting anything out of it, and I was just falling further and further behind. And then I just kept telling myself to wait till I got hot, because I knew once I started making some birdies, I felt like they were going to come in bunches just with the way I was playing. And you know, Teddy did a really good job of keeping me patient, and it felt like, you know, at one point on Sunday, it was almost like we ran out of time, and, you know, I wasn't going to get it done. And so they almost changed to still just try to work your way up the leaderboard. You know, when you got Rahm at 20 and I was sitting there 6-7 shots back, you know, sometimes it can almost feel insurmountable at that point. You know, you really got to rely on him making a mistake and me playing some great golf. So if you look at it just in terms of I'm 6 back, I have to birdie every single hole, I think you get a little bit distracted. And so I kind of just tried to tell myself to make some birdies, see if you can get into medal position, and then go from there, and was able to make some nice birdies. And all of a sudden, you know, I looked at the leaderboard there on 17, and I was expecting to be one behind with, I think Tommy and John were both at 18 going into 14 with it being a reachable par 5. I figured at least one of them was going to make birdie. And when I walked up onto the green on 17, I had a putt which I thought was going to be to tie for the lead, and all of a sudden it was Rahm had fallen back, and it was just Tommy up there, and it was to take the lead over only one guy. And so that was a really important moment. And yeah, standing on the podium, I think was, I mean, definitely one of the coolest things that I'll ever experience in golf. And yeah, it was a lot of fun.
As it relates to these next 3 weeks, I mean, you've had your record speaks for itself. You have this enormous lead. Is there any part of you that it doesn't seem right that no matter how well you do the next 2 weeks, the best you have is a 2-shot lead going to East Lake, where Xander really kills it, by the way?
Yeah, that's why I was excited about the renovations to East Lake, because I was like, maybe they'll change it a little bit. And, you know, he won't have the exact same vibes because I don't think he's ever had a bad round there. Yeah, I mean, I would talk about it the last few years. I think it's silly. I mean, you can't call it a season-long race and have it come down to one tournament. I mean, hypothetically, we get to East Lake and my neck flares up and it doesn't heal the way it did at the Players. I finished 30th in the FedEx Cup because I had to withdraw from the last tournament. Is that really the season-long race? No. I mean, it is what it is. It's a fun tournament. I don't really consider it the season-long race, like I think is the way it's called. But I mean, you got to figure out a way to strike a balance between it being a good TV product and it still being our season-long race. And right now, I don't know exactly how the ratings are or anything like that, but I know for a fact you can't really quite call it the season-long race when it comes down to one stroke play tournament on the same golf course each year.
Kind of a pick your poison thing, isn't it? I mean, you could also go to the Tour Championship and you'd pull a VJ and just have to show up and make sure you stayed upright for 4 days to win it.
Yeah, which, on the flip side, that's not good either.
It'd be good for you.
It would be great for me. But those aren't the rules. And so at the end of the day, I try not to think too much about the results of tournaments, and I'm not going to look back on my season really any differently if I don't win East Lake. I'm going to show up there, do my best, and I think I've been number one the last 2 years going into the tournament. In 2022 having a really great chance to win and wasn't able to pull it off, and then last year just playing poorly pretty much the entire week. I've had close calls there, and I'm looking forward to the challenge of going back there and playing with the lead again. And we'll see what happens. That those guys could catch me, in these next couple weeks. But I'm looking forward to hopefully fending them off and going into East Lake with a lead.
Cool. Take it to the back left over there.
Scottie, right here. You just touched on it, but with the season that you've had, the gold medal, the green jacket, all that, how important is to be tour champion with the season that you've had to be able to win that tournament, then be the last man standing in 3 weeks?
I mean, it'd be really nice. Sometimes questions like that are tough for me really to judge. It was like, after the Olympics, I got the question a lot. It was like, where does this rank for you in terms of your wins? And it was like, I'm not going to rank my wins against each other. Each one's, special in their own way. And I feel like it's the same thing with the Tour Championship. Was it a tournament I'd love to win? Yeah, I'd love to win the Tour Championship. It'd be awesome. I'd also love to win this tournament, and I'd love to win next week. Every time you're able to win a tournament, it's a lot of fun. And, I cherish those experiences, and I look forward to being able to hopefully do it more in the future. And so going to these last three tournaments, I'm showing up to play all three, and I want to give myself the best chance to win each one of them. And in these next two tournaments, it's showing up ready to play and, defending my lead in the points list to where we're going to East Lake, and I start with the lead.
Obviously, you've had a great year winning the Olympics, the Masters, becoming a father. Do you have a favorite moment of the season, golf-related, non-golf-related?
Well, I think the non-golf related, I think it's pretty easy with, my son being born. And I think the last few weeks have been especially fun because he's starting to develop a little bit and learn how to smile and stuff like that. And it's really cool, when you get in his face and he recognizes you and he's like, oh, hey man, what's up? Hi. Whereas the first, 8 to 10 weeks of his life, you're trying to make eye contact with him and he won't even look at you. So that part's been really fun. As far as golf, I mean, it's been great getting some results and being able to get some wins this year. It's been a ton of fun. I really don't know what my exact favorite memory would be, but the Olympics was pretty special. The Players was very special. The Masters obviously was special as well. And so it's hard to really pick a favorite. All of them were cool in their own way. You think of the Players. I had my family there. Had the big comeback on Sunday. The Masters is almost like having it be the second win and it being close, and the way I really closed out the back nine was cool. And then, with Paris, with the whole family being there, and Bennett and Mayer, and those are pretty special memories, playing for the USA. So it's tough to choose a favorite out of those, but all of them are pretty special.